stuck around with you. I've been told I should go find myself again. You're taking my soul, everything I own, poison in my head. We fall down the moon, we keep trying, leaving us with scars. I've been told I should go find myself again.
Hello everyone, it's me, and today I'm going to tell you about the story of this lovely boy behind me. He is Lucky Clover, and he was in fact the one who got me back into writing, and yeah, so now listen up and enjoy the story. If you didn't know, from a series of time, I've been to the south of Peninsula with my cat Pumpkin. And I was working for an association that was against horses. This was because I had a bad memory about horses because of the time that Kimura bucked me off. I know it can sound crazy, but I was living with a guy called Jonas. And he was just the one who gave me space in his house because, like, yep, he had a upper place and, like, that was great. I always went for my jogging routine. And one time I entered this south of Peninsula help center. I do not know how that was called at the time. And a guy that later I found out to be my grandfather, Hug, called me and told me that he had a surprise for me. And so I would be like, okay, fine. So yeah, we talked for a while, and then he told me to go look at the care area right there. I went, and then yeah, we found out it was a horse. I refused the gift because I was so scared of horses in that period, and so I decided, well, no, I won't do it. I'm just too scared. So I ran away. I told Hug about that, and he was like, oh, you will thank me later. And so then I just decided to sit down there and just don't have anything to do with horses. Because, like, I was still too scared. And yeah. So I observed very carefully this horse. He was a very wild stallion, and one time the door was open and man did not get that opportunity to run. Well, he did. So he started running all over south of Peninsula. So he was very happy because he could finally be free. Since he was free before, but since he hurt him, let's say he did not have more time, and he rushed away. And he just, I don't know, just to be free. And these are some clips. Hug was following him, like trying to keep up with him, but then they lost him eventually. And he was like called lost, and so they put posters everywhere around Yorvik to call if they saw a horse, a bay Trakehner stallion with a strange marking on the nose. But yeah, nobody called for weeks, literally. He was out in the wild, probably eating grass and lavender and so on, and just having some fun without us humans there. Yeah, I was very, very nervous because I was like, oh, Hug is going to kill me, although it was not. I was like feeling like it wasn't so my fault, but like Hug was continuing, no, it's not your fault. Like the fault of that stupid stable girl that left the door open and like then the horse runned off, and that's normal. Since I was living in the other apartment, I could not know what the horse did. And fortunately, he was running near the let's say like the edge of Southwolf, and there is where a very peaceful human lives called the Hermit. He is the only one who can really like quote unquote talk to horses, and that helped us a lot because without him we will never have found him again. And yeah, he was always getting there just to see his friends, as you can see, and just going there and eating carrots because like he's a very very eating horse, like, you know, he just wants to eat. And then we received a call. Thank God he stopped there. When the call came, I rushed over to Hermit. He told me that I had to catch the horse. The only thing, I was still not that confident with the horse, but I knew like that I had to do it but I was so scared, so I asked Hermit for a hand, and Hermit said like, no, girl, this is your horse, you got to take care of it. Adine must know what you did. I was like, how did this guy, what the heck is he talking about? This is cannot be fair. With that, well, that kept up my motivation, so I really thank Hermit for this. So Hermit, if you're watching, please like feel special. And from that on, I knew I had to take over my mission. My mission of the job was to catch a wild stud and bring him to Fort Pinta to then be broke and, yeah, just really be tamed. Because, like, Mr. Anwar needed a new horse for his project, and yeah, so I started bonding with him, and he had no problem with that. He was just such calm horse. I fell in love with this horse. I managed to make me give a horse to use for getting him ready. So I tacked him up, and with a horse, I used him to keep him in line so that the horse could literally find its way to the ferry without being noticed, since I did not want to go near the South of Peninsula Center because there will be my grandpa asking me where I'm bringing this freaking horse. So yeah, and yep, Clover was not a great show jumper or anyway like beach walker or so on. He was just a horse that was better in the round pen. Although he was like a very cute horse. I really loved this guy, and like yeah. But then like we were obliged to stop and to hop on Clover and ride a horse for my first time. It was a magical feeling, although I knew that I had to stop because I could not keep this horse. It was for Mr. Anwar Special Beauty, and I was like nothing to do with that. And so I hopped on, and he was just so calm. He was like galloping greatly, but not even backing. Like he was a perfect horse. Then I remember what Hermit said to me. This horse will get the Adine gift in you. And then I managed to understand what he meant, because like Adine was like the most religious component of our religion, so I was like, wow. He was like jumping like heaven's sake. He was just so clean jumps, everything so perfect, and just helping me to get along with nature and himself. I was just so proud of him and scared to get him to Mr. Anwar, because I was like, I know what happens. The horses go there and they're all pretty then they're broke, and then they'll be like they will be tamed, and then after that I will, you know, never see them again, because then they'll become some strange robot kind, something there. But I was so scared. I was like, why do I have to give this beauty away? He is the one who put me back into riding. I don't really want to do this. But I knew it was my job to finish my job. Yeah, I know this range is a bit strange, but okay. The thing was that I had to finish this job that I started because I need that money. And of course, I wanted to keep the horse, but I was so happy. I was just super happy about how I was riding a beautiful horse. I think he was happy too, because we were working together. And like his walk was majestic, his trot too, like his canter and everything. He was just the perfect horse for me. For a starter rider, I had to start everything again because she was just scared of horses in general now, since Kimura bucked her off like 50 times. But then I tried with this other horse, because here it was like in a senior high school, so it was like when I was I was 15 at the time, and Butter Biscuit, he was a stud too, but he literally bucked me off, like flying off, like, and I fell badly and broke my leg. So then I did not want to go on a horse anymore. That was normal. I did keep Butter Biscuit though, so that's a other context video. So after this, I managed to get to the ferry place, but I was like, do we have to bring this horse to Mr. Renoir? Well, I don't think so. I wanted to, but like the ferry did not arrive yet, and I thought about using the trailer to Fort Pinta, but like, do I want to let the horse go like this? Seriously? Then I thought about it again. Well, yeah. I decided to not do anything and just keep the horse for me. I was still a bra little girl, type of girl. That just was a very brabby girl. With this, I decided to bring him back to the south of Peninsula Center, and then we became best friends, literally. I always worked with him, and I was so happy to have again a horse to run after when we were in the pasture, and I fell in love with this guy. He was just the little bay horse that I always needed. This was after a month with Clover, and we started a riding lesson. As you can see now, it was not with all that black clothes, always with the sunglasses, though south of is a very hot place. And we were doing some very easy trot canter exercises, and I was obviously taking me out for a trail ride. The only thing Clover needed was a rider that understood what it means to be alone and what it means to feel not appreciated and to be obliged to do something you don't want to. This was like the best time for me because we found out what it could be being friends, and from then on I never brought him back. I lost the job from Mr. Anwar, but I remain with this beauty. Write to me in the comments what you want to see in the next video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!